Hey, Susan?
Hey.
Oh, it's you. Good. I found you.
I'd traveled all the way to Bend, Oregon to interview Susan Taylor.
Listen, I noticed on the plane, I had some spills here.
And didn't want to do it in a dirty shirt.
I think it's chocolate.
Oh.
Could you run my shirt through?
Absolutely, no worries. In it goes.
Actually, it was Susan Taylor's laundry that brought me out here.
This is the right thing to be doing.
She dries it the old-fashioned way on a clothesline, which, believe it or not, is highly controversial these days.
What do I think about the clotheslines?
Who knew?
Well, Mrs. Taylor's taken it upon herself to save the planet by not using her dryer and by hanging her clothes out for everyone that drives up and down the street to see. That's not what I moved here for, and I think it devalues our property.
Susan has incurred the wrath of neighbors like Joan Grundeman and has been threatened with legal action and fines. Like some 60 million other Americans, they live in a subdivision that bans such aesthetic offenses.
Everyone, when they move in here, signs a document and agrees to several stipulations as far as we're not going to have pink and yellow houses, and one of those things clearly state that we will not have an outdoor clothesline.
Susan admits to signing those restrictions, but says they're outmoded in these times of imperative energy conservation.
Have you ever heard of global warming? How about the energy crisis? This is what we all need to be doing.
In her subdivision, Susan Taylor is something of a revolutionary, a rebel engaging in civil disobedience.
Do you consider yourself the kind of the Che Guevara of the clothesline?
Well, how incredibly ridiculous that we are having to fight for the right to conserve energy.
Fight indeed. Since she started hanging her clothes on a line 2 years ago, there's even been a little guerrilla warfare.
Twice, in the middle of the night, someone has cut my clotheslines. And so the first time I thought, not a problem, I just tied them back together, hung them back out. 2 nights later, they were cut into pieces. Does this look familiar?
It looks familiar. When she hung my clean shirt to dry, I felt like an accomplice to a crime.
It's not just about Susan Taylor versus the neighbors.
Right.
It's bigger than that.
It's the right thing to do, a simple thing to do.
It's become a nationwide movement, the right to drive. Now, as rights movements go, this one is somewhat lacking in size and fervor, although some of the rhetoric does have a familiar ring.
From my cold, dead hands.
I have to pry the clothespins out of my cold, dead hands.
This rally, if you will, was held recently on the lawn of the Vermont Capitol to celebrate a new state right-to-dry law.
It's just absolutely ridiculous to deny people the ability to save a ton of money, a ton of energy, and prevent climate change.
We need to get the White House to hang out their clothes again. This picture is from the early 1900s, and there are a couple clotheslines right there.
Alexander Lee, founder of Project Laundry List, a national clothesline activist group.
Basically, we would like to see the clothesline be a symbol, like carrying your own bag into the grocery store or driving a Prius.
Call it eco-chic.
What do you have here?
Well, I've got here clothesline crisp sheets. And we sell cotton clotheslines for...
Lyman Orton, owner of the Vermont Country Store, spearheaded the grassroots movement. His store has a whole department selling potentially illicit clothesline paraphernalia.
It just galled me that to have ordinances that prohibit you to put up a clothesline in your own backyard just seemed like totally un-Vermont, not to mention un-American.
Lyman Orton became to clotheslines as Thomas Paine was to the American Revolution.
I started to talk about it and editorialize about it in our catalog and over our website, and it struck a chord with people.
In clotheslines, Lyman sees beauty.
What's more beautiful than some sheets billowing in the wind on a clothesline?
I don't think anybody should have to look at it.
Which, of course, is always in the eye of the beholder.
Would you want to buy my house and look at her laundry 3 days a week?
I'm not trying to put a nuclear reactor here in my backyard. I'm just trying to hang my clothes out. Bill, I think you're in luck.
My shirt, unlawfully dried,
came a long way just to get this thing laundered now, didn't
I
you?
fled the scene of the crime and
the
made
right
my
to
getaway.
die.
Thanks, Susan, and
You're
good
welcome.
luck.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
You.
so long.